Coming up tonight on YCN News, an inmate convicted of lewd and lascivious conduct with a child escaped from a Windsor, Vermont jail today. New Hampshire's last portion of its pedestrian-friendly Northern Rail Trail is now open. And incumbent Democrat Ann McLean Custer announces some programs under the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Farm Service Agency. For more news, weather, and sports, it's time for YCN, your local view.
Now, your daily digest of the Dartmouth-Lake Sunapee region, southern Vermont, and Windsor County. News, sports, weather, and all that is happening in our area. The news on YCN, your local view.
Good evening, and welcome to this Monday edition of YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. An inmate convicted of lewd and lascivious conduct with a child escaped from Windsor, Vermont jail today. Vermont State Police seek the public's help in locating 23-year-old Anthony Fitzgerald. Police say Fitzgerald escaped from the Windsor County Correctional Facility today around 9 a.m. He is 5 feet 9 inches tall and heavyset. He weighs about 275 pounds, has brown eyes and brown hair. Fitzgerald may be wearing a hat to cover up a Mohawk-style haircut. He was wearing a gray sweatshirt when he went missing from the jail. Fitzgerald has ties to the Rutland area. If you have information regarding his whereabouts, call 911 or contact Vermont State Police at 802-875-2112. A fire early yesterday morning destroyed a mobile home in Newport, New Hampshire. Firefighters responded to the first alarm at 3:25 a.m., rushing to 4 Popple Way. Popple Way runs of Springbrook Road near the Newport and Unity town lines. There were no reports of any injuries. The mobile home, online records show, occupied 894 square feet. Built in 1987, the home was a 2-bedroom, 2-bath unit. Newport Fire Chief Wayne Conroy could not be reached for comment today by broadcast time. Truly, in Brattleboro, Vermont, a phoenix has risen from the ashes. What a fire destroyed in 2011 is now a glorious rebirth for the Brooks House. Let's learn more.
Bob Stevens with the Brooks House Development Team. We're standing tonight in the atrium of the Brooks House, a brand new space, public space to celebrate the opening of really 3.5 years of reconstruction from the fire that started this project on its way. We're excited to be here. We have a number of new tenants open for business, restaurants, retail spaces. Most of the 23 units, housing units upstairs are open, and the 2 state colleges, CCV and VTC, have been open for about 2 months. So it's a great celebration. We're excited to be here, and we're excited to have this building back and contributing to the downtown. Mostly the biggest challenge was trying to figure out how to finance it. We have an economy that really doesn't support rebuilding a building, so it took a tremendous community effort of local people, state, town, different types of tax credit financing to put this project together. And that was just to get started with the construction. And of course we had many issues to try to get the thing built to the level that we're at. We hope that it's going to improve the downtown Brattleboro. The intent was to kind of bring new energy and life to the downtown and make it better than it was before. That's what we hope to do, and we think it's heading in that direction. We've got a lot of new residents. We have a lot of college students to support the downtown, and we have some exciting sort of public and retail spaces down on the first floor.
I can't tell you how extraordinarily proud I am of this community. Everyone assembled here, those who couldn't fit in. This is our moment, and you made it happen. When you think about all the folks who have given so much to this town, and we literally saw it go up in smoke. And a lot of people, including me, said, if we can't get this one right, we will forever set one of the most beautiful downtowns in America back on its heels. It was that big. It was that serious. The obstacles were tremendous. And everybody came together and said, we will not take no for an answer. We'll use our imagination. We'll do things that have never been done before. But really, this is not just about improving the quality of life, ensuring that we're doing different things than the rest of America. Instead of saying, we will let our downtowns decay and we'll build outside on the cornfields, we're saying here in Brattleboro and in Windham County, we're going to live, we're going to work, we're going to learn, we're going to play, we're going to have a sense of community, we're going to take care of each other in our downtown, and that Brooks House will forever be the rock, the center of that bond, those values, and that dream. Thank you so much.
Indeed, the new building has brought new life to the downtown. Thank you to our YCN colleague Dan Carbonera for bringing us this story. New Hampshire's last portion of its pedestrian-friendly Northern Rail Trail is now open. Friends of the Northern Rail Trail in Merrimack County completed work that connects the off-road trail to its counterpart westward in Grafton County. The trail connects Lebanon in the Upper Valley to Boscawen in Merrimack Valley. The trail offers an evenly surfaced yet natural path where runners, bikers, cross-country skiers, and non-motorized vehicles can coexist, all while enjoying quiet time outdoors throughout the 4 seasons. A state mandate allows for the presence of trails under the Department of Transportation. A Saturday ceremony marked the Northern Rail Trail completion. Yesterday, under the canopy of trees, the wind rustling some still green leaves reluctant to submit to the changing season, passers-by took advantage of the day and the trail of Depot Road in Boscawen to relax. To learn more about the Merrimack County Rail Trail and learn more about the Friends of the Northern Rail Trail, go online to fnrt.org. And to read more about the Grafton County Trail, go online to northernrailtrail.org. When YCN News returns, the 17th Annual Fall Festival and Chili Cook-Off brightens a rainy day in Claremont, and incumbent Democrat Ann McLean Custer announces some programs under the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Farm Service Agency.
The YCN News continues in a moment.
Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. This weekend brought a few rain clouds to the Claremont area, but this didn't water down the 17th Annual Fall Festival and Chili Cook-Off on the Visitor Center Green Saturday. With so much to offer, including a 5K race, classic cars, vendors' booths, and some delicious competitions, people arrived ready to enjoy the full day of fun. Claremont Savings Bank sponsored the Fall Festival, which began at 10 a.m. with Brooks Hubbard brightening the cloudy day through live music. Starting at 11 a.m., visitors took yellow cards to sample and vote on chili from a variety of competing cooks with every flavor from hot and spicy to sweet and mild. Kids and adults were happy to participate, and a full supply of vendors came in spite of the weather. By 2 p.m., the rain was coming in steadily, but this didn't stop booths like the new Claremont Sugar River Rotary Club, which was selling walking tacos to the visitors looking to get out of the rain. Spirits stayed up in spite of the rain showers, as all enjoyed the food and music that continued throughout the day. Turning to political news, it's less than 30 days until the November 4th general election. Some incumbents, even while running for re-election, have a job to do. Democrat Ann McLean Custer, New Hampshire's representative to Congress from its 2nd district, will face off against GOP candidate Mary Linda Garcia next month. Custer, meanwhile, also is New Hampshire's representative on the House Committee on Agriculture. The winter of 2013-14 was cold and snowy. No doubt the weather took its toll on the state's farming community. Custer announced today that New Hampshire's farmers, especially those in its most rural areas, should apply for storm-related financial benefits. The programs are under the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Farm Service Agency. The FSA's relief programs include emergency relief loans. Farmers have 8 months from the disaster declaration to submit applications. FSA will consider each application individually based on the extent of production losses and the repayment ability of the farmer. For more information, New Hampshire farmers may contact the state FSA office at 603-224-7941 or visit fsa.usda.gov/nh. The weather isn't all bad all the time, though. Enjoy the beauty of this fall season. The colors are ablaze on maple sugar and non-evergreen trees in our region. Today's foliage photo is courtesy of Jean Soboleski from Hartford, Vermont. We want to feature your world on our news program. Continue to send your photos online to news@ycnnow.com. When YCN News returns, we'll join Kearsarge Chronicles' Lynn Solomon, who met with Matthew McClay, owner of Pleasant Acres.
The YCN News continues in a moment.
Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. Now Matt McDonald will have a look at our weather for the next few days and then move on to sports.
Thanks, Rose. Tonight we have a 30% chance of rain after 2 a.m. with increasing clouds and lows in the 50s. Tomorrow we have a 70% chance of rain with a possible thunderstorm. Highs will be around 64 degrees with winds near 5 miles per hour. Tomorrow night we'll have rain after 9 p.m. with cloudy skies and lows in the 50s. Wednesday we'll have a 60% chance of precipitation before 9 a.m. Skies will be mostly cloudy with winds up to 10 miles per hour and highs around 66 degrees. Wednesday night will be partly cloudy with lows in the 40s. According to our satellite map, storms out west are headed towards us. Expect a chance of rain tonight with continued rain into Wednesday. And now it's time for our fall foliage report. We will keep you updated on the turning of the foliage in New Hampshire and Vermont counties. Now let's see what's coming up on our community calendar. Tomorrow in New Hampshire, the Lake Sunapee Region VNA will hold free blood pressure and glucose screenings at 9 a.m. in New London. In Sunapee, head over to the harbor for eco stories at 10 a.m. In Vermont, the Quechee Public Library will hold a fall foliage book sale from 2 to 7 p.m., followed by a history and religion talk with Randall Ballmer until 8 p.m. Back in New Hampshire, the Lebanon Opera House will show Lost Lonely Boys at 7:30 p.m. Remember, you can submit local events from your community by sending them to news@ycnnow.com. It was senior night last Friday at Hartford High School as 8 seniors suited up for their final home game versus the Hilltoppers from St. Johnsbury Academy. The Hanover defense came to play on the first drive as Walker Judd makes a nice tackle to the delight of the excited Hartford student section. However, St. Johnsbury would get on the board first with a short touchdown run by Caleb Stowell. The extra point missed. Hartford responded nicely on the next drive with some powerful running by John Bilecki. Fellow senior Tyler Searle scores, standing up to give the Hurricanes a 7-6 lead early in the game. From there, however, the undefeated Hilltoppers would score the next 4 touchdowns. Here, Brennan Smith intercepts a pass and returns it 35 yards to give St. Johnsbury a 35-7 lead at halftime. The Hurricanes came out fired up to start the second half of the action. Tyler Searle scores from 5 yards out to make the score 35-14, midway through the third quarter. But on the ensuing kickoff, St. Johnsbury Academy senior running back Ryan Half returns the squib kick 65 yards to put the Hilltoppers up 43-14. St. J's would go on to win 43-21 to remain undefeated on the season. The Hurricanes dropped to 2-3 in the division and will travel to play Mount Mansfield next Saturday afternoon.
Thanks, Matt. When YCN News continues, we'll join Capital Connections' John O'Connor.
The YCN News continues in a moment.